Oh, welcome to Ducks in a Row Studio. This is week 4 of the NFL picks. Get it while you can. Put your money down. Maybe lose. Don't blame me. Blame Dan.
Whoa. I like it better when I do the introduction, too. Hey, that's my man Cutty Coastal on the mic over there.
Oh, yeah.
From BS and Viewpoints.
Oh, yeah.
You got me, Dan Denton from the Blue Collar Gospel Hour. What's up, baby?
Yep.
Yeah, NFL. Hey, our Bears are 3-0.
Yeah, we're the only team I know that's 3-0 with a quarterback controversy.
I don't think it's that big of a controversy.
I do. This is why. Because I was reading some articles and hearing some things, and it was like Matt Nagy always wanted Nick Foles. That's why Mitch Trubisky got the hook so fast. But Ryan Pace, the GM, and the higher up, the people who make the real decisions in football, don't get it twisted, said, hey, we're going to roll with Mitch Trubisky because we drafted him number 2 over Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes.
But they're paying the backup quarterback $20 million fucking dollars, man. Hey, are we rated R on this show?
We rated whatever we want to be.
Okay.
Yeah, we're rated whatever we want to be. Say whatever you want.
Rated.
Feel it in the air. Bask in the ambience.
Rated E for experience.
Definitely.
Hey, there were some good games over the weekend, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know the one that got to me, and then it really didn't, was the Chiefs against the Ravens. Because most people...
Man, I thought it was going to be a better game.
Yeah, me too. This is why most people get it confused. They're like, the Ravens at home. Ain't no fans there. What does that fucking matter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really think about it. No fans there. What does that really matter?
You got a 12-man advantage in Seattle still?
No,
I don't know.
Only advantage.
Russ Wilson playing like he got an advantage.
Yeah, because Russell Wilson's always been that dude. You can make a statement that if Russell Wilson was playing for a bigger market, because you know those Seattle games usually come on at 4 o'clock, and if you don't have the right ticket, like a Sunday ticket to watch all the games, and you stay on the East Coast, which I want to say the Eastern time zone, which run from Ohio pretty much all the way through down south, you're probably not even going to catch Russell Wilson, but maybe 3-4 times a year.
You'll get him on Sunday night and Monday night once in a while.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, picture of Russell Wilson was in L.A.
Oh, it'd be all over. New York.
Exactly. Picture Russell Wilson in New York. Picture Russell Wilson in Chicago. Yeah. The numbers he would put up, the more endorsements he would have.
I could picture him in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean... We don't draft that well. Let's just face it.
Yeah, we could have had Cam Newton.
Yeah, we should have had Cam Newton. I think if we had Cam Newton, our average margin of victory would be double digits, and we would be 3-0 still.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'd be
Yeah, I think we'd be a lot better. Newton.
All right, man. What you got this week?
Oh,
you got a hell of a game to start it off.
Yes, the Broncos and the Jets. The have-nots.
Somebody's probably going to win.
And the have-nots even more. No, there was a tie last week.
There was a tie, but
you never know. It could be a tie.
It could be another tie.
Yeah, Denver they're starting their third quarterback in 4 games. They went with Mark Rippon's son, Brett Rippon Jr. He's going to start, I want to say. Is it Brett Rippon? I want to say
so they're not trying to win.
Or his cousin, something. They're related. Oh, well. There's not many Rippons around here. At least I don't know. But, yeah, they're going to start him versus Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold is still an amazing talent. Like I said, Adam Gase just gets in everybody's way. Look at Ryan Tannehill now. Look at Ryan Tannehill with Adam Gase. Look at everybody now. And look at everybody after Adam Gase. Adam Gase is somebody.
You're not a fan of Adam Gase.
No, this is my thinking. Sometimes you have somebody who thinks they're so smart, but they can't convey that message to dumb it down to everybody else. They just expect you to be up here.
So he's Lane Kiffin.
Yes, and then what happens is, in theory, the messages never get relayed, and you can never play at your peak. You can never play at your zenith or something like that. You can never play at the highest level that you can play because it's too much information processing. It's going too fast. It hasn't slowed down. A coach can do that to you, make it where the information that you need to process is not slowed down enough. So where everything you feel like you're going too fast. So I think he's maybe overloading. And you can say, they're in the NFL and they're supposed to, but my aunt always had this amazing expression. If everybody does something wrong to you, it probably ain't them, it's probably you. He's messed up everybody he's been with. So at the end of the day, it's not them, it's you.
Hey,
That's my take on Adam Gase.
I feel like you used the word zenith, and I missed an opportunity to make a good TV joke there or
Yeah,
something.
you should have, because I
Dad joke 101. I failed that one.
I haven't seen the Zenith TV.
That's a good word though.
And at least 10 years.
So now I'm old too. Like it's a dad joke then, I guess.
I seen the Zenith TV one day. Those were those big old square ones that weighed
Yeah,
about
I remember.
78 pounds. It
I
was only
remember.
22 inches.
Yep. Took 2 guys to carry it.
Yeah, took 2 guys to carry.
If it was more than 30 inches, it came on wheels.
Oh yeah, remember that? We was. I came from the hood. What I mean by from the hood is we had the floor model TV that had the sound, and then we had the TV on top of that that actually had the picture, so you had to match them up.
Yep.
I've lived through it. So who you got? It's the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Jets. They're at home. Somebody's probably gonna win. Ties are pretty rare. Going out on a limb here.
I'm going out on a limb here. I believe Sam Darnold does just enough. But then Adam Gase still fucks it up. I'm going with the Broncos.
Somebody's got to win.
Yeah, somebody's got to win. I'm going with the Broncos. They have a running game. Give it to Melvin Gordon. They have some receivers getting healthy. They got Noah Fant. I'm going to give him a victory or something.
All right, somebody's probably going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a victory.
If you're betting on that game, maybe you should seek one of those 1-800 number helps.
No, if you're betting on that game, get a really good point spread because the money's flowing. Because anything can happen. That's my take on that one. Oh, man. Next, we got the Saints and the Lions. What's your take on that one? You know
Somebody's got to win.
Yeah, the Saints have been playing,
I'm taking the Saints. The Lions haven't played great either.
Yeah.
And the Saints have weapons. They got more talent than the Lions, flat out.
They do, but this is the thing. The Saints almost look inept without Michael Thomas from The Ohio State University. You'll hear that at least 10 more times in the show. But yeah, they don't have him. So if he's not going to play, it's like their whole offense is slightly different.
It does throw their offense off.
Yes, and then Drew Brees doesn't look like the same quarterback. Him and Tom Brady have this thing, and it hasn't caught up to Aaron Rodgers yet. Hopefully it doesn't catch up to him. For where sometimes, in my opinion, you take so many hits that you start shying away from them. So what happens? Instead of stepping into that throw, you start backpedaling on that throw. So it takes a little velocity off there. Unless you got a Pat Mahomes arm. Now, Pat Mahomes stepping into a throw can throw it maybe 70 yards. Pat Mahomes backpedaling can throw it maybe 55. But if you looked at the time it would take to get to 55 yards on each throw, the back pedal is going to be the one that's slow. The ball would hang in the air longer, meaning it's easier to intercept. And that's what I feel like is happening to them. Like, they getting gun shy. Tom Brady and Drew Brees are both in their 40s. They gun shy. Nobody wants to consistently get hit. They try to anticipate. They don't have the torque on their arms as far as the throwing power, as far as the speed. It's a lot to endure. And you've been getting hit for like maybe, factor in college, you've been getting hit for 20 years.
So you're taking Stafford and the Lions. You're betting against about 7 players from the Ohio State University.
But I know 3 are on the Detroit Lions. Because
Okay.
they have Jonah Jackson, they have Jeffrey Okudah, and they also have Taylor Decker.
They do
so
have
they do have
Okudah.
3 Buckeyes.
Okay.
With that being said, it's hard to go up against Marshawn Lattimore and the conference opponent who's not really all that good. Drew Brees rights the ship. I got the Saints winning.
All right.
Back
to 500 for him then.
Yeah, but I do think if you got Hawkinson in your fantasy, which I do, his lowest level is 4 catches, 50 yards. Really good average. Or on the top, maybe 10 tight ends.
Pretty solid production, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Next, we have the Chargers and the Buccaneers. The LA Superchargers versus Tampa Tom.
The Los Angeles. I keep forgetting they moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's 2 teams.
Who's
in
their
Los
quarterback?
Angeles. They start Justin Herbert. He was at Oregon last year.
He's starting again? Tyrod's still out?
Yeah, Tyrod. You know what happened to Tyrod?
Yeah, they got punctured. His lung got punctured by a doctor.
Yeah,
That's
he got
crazy
a big
shit.
lawsuit coming on.
Yeah, but damn well shoot better, man.
I think so.
Hey, you got to have the best doctors. You got to have the best doctors available. Well, and I get it. I guess people make mistakes. That doctor can't work in the NFL no more, can he?
He hasn't been sued yet. So officially, you don't like to fire a doctor mid-season. So I don't know if he'll get fired. Him or her will get fired mid-season. But It's not looking too good. Anyway, I mean, the doctor made an error. You're right. Mistakes do happen, but I mean, it's tough. Life is tough. Sometimes you make mistakes. You got to pay for.
So,
it's called child support. Moving forward.
that's Tom. Who's winning this game? Herbert or Tom Brady?
As much as I have Austin Eckler, and I'm loving him, I'm going to go Tampa Bay, man. They got a lot of talent, and I believe they start to put it together. New Orleans was that first game, and that was rough. And then, I want to say they rolled off 2 straight. I got them winning 3 straight. They're going to make it look real good. I got Tampa Bay beating the Chargers. And this in Tampa Bay, Tom Brady gets to sleep in his bed. And when you look at Giselle, you should throw for 400 yards.
Boy, you went pretty deep on that one. I'm just taking Tampa Bay, but I ain't got nothing that deep. Except Gronk's playing, right?
Yes.
Bars are closed, right?
Yes.
Gronk's probably staying out of trouble. He's probably going to bed a little early, taking his vitamins good.
See, this is the thing. I don't believe, contrary to what people believe, I don't think Gronk is a partier in the offseason, but I think when it's time to be about business, he's about business. And also, Gronk is pretty much their inline blocker. I believe O.J. Howard does a lot of their lifting. And Scotty Miller had a sighting this week after I dropped him off my fantasy.
I won some fantasy championship with Gronk, man. I ain't got him this year. I got Kelsey this year. I was smart.
Yeah, I got Hawkinson, so we'll see.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, so I got a solid tight end. Next, we got
I'm taking Tampa Bay. Did I say that? Okay.
Yeah, okay. We got the Jaguars and Bengals next.
Oh, yeah. Somebody's got to win.
The Bengals are 0-2-1.
I'm taking.
So pretty much 0-3 because the tie in the NFL is a loss.
So
against the Jaguars, the Bengals are still so hurt. Like their front line, I'm not sure. I'm hoping Atkins will be back. Geno Atkins will be back. I don't know what happened to Sam Hubbard. Like their O line is putrid at best. I think Michael Jordan from the Ohio State starts. And I want to say Billy Price is a guard at this point. I don't even think he starts. I think they got, one of those 2 start, but they're just so injury prone. But Tyler Boyd did well last week. But if your defense averages giving up about 30 points a game, it's going to be hard to win. So with that, I got Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the home team and the transfer from the Ohio State University, Mr. Joe Burrows and the Cincinnati Bengals. That's who I'm taking.
Why?
They're going to get a W. I'm telling you, I got a feeling Joe Burrows hates to fucking lose.
He does.
When he said that, I ain't never lost 2 in a row in my life. I thought, damn, this dude hates losing.
So he tied the next week against.
So, but he didn't lose.
That's a loss. I guess the only thing it'll do is help your draft position. It
All
won't
right,
help anything.
I'm taking the Bengals. All right.
The Vikings and the Texans. And this is an interesting one. I don't even know if we should pick it.
Are they going to play?
Are they going to play? Because, the Tennessee Titans game is canceled just because they had 8 total people in their facility have COVID. 3 players and 5 staffers have COVID. But they played the Minnesota Vikings last week. I haven't heard anything out of Minnesota, out of Minneapolis, St. Paul.
They wouldn't put a spread on it, so.
Yeah, to say that they have it. But even at that point, I don't think they're allowed to practice in a facility the last time I've heard anything. So if you're not allowed to practice all week,
even if they do play, it's 2-0-3 teams.
Yeah, but like I said, one of them traded Denard Hopkins away.
So in this game, not necessarily anybody's got to win because they might not play.
If they do play, I'm picking the Texans. The Texans almost knocked off the Steelers. They look real good.
The Vikings just look inept.
You know what? They were inept. They were inept last year.
I'm going to take the Texans.
Do you know why?
If they play.
Even they had 2 All-Pro receivers last year, and guess what? They were still only a top 25 offense. I want to say they were 23rd.
Kirk Cousins is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
You said it. I agree.
But he did it smart, and he got paid.
Everything guaranteed.
He got paid.
I'm trying to get 3 years, $84 million. Let's break down to $28 million a year.
Does he even have a winning record as a starter? I don't believe he does.
Probably not, but that's not. He might
Maybe he
do.
does. He might.
Because this is what he does.
We should Google that shit or something.
This is why I respect Kirk. He was never drafted very high. He's only a 4th-round pick, so you get what you pay for. But when he plays inferior teams for the longest time, he kicked their tail. When he played upper echelon teams is when he lost.
Yeah.
So with that being said, when he plays
get the
inferior
reputation of
teams,
big games.
yeah, but
So we're taking the maybe they play, and we'll take the Texans.
I would take the Texans, but I do have a fantasy alert. Justin Jefferson, he had 7 catches, 175 yards. Rookie wide receiver out of LSU. If you get a chance to find him, he may take on Stephon Diggs. That's what made their game competitive. If you can find him, I want Justin Jefferson out of LSU was part of the 3 amigos at LSU, the three really good receivers. If you can find him in your fantasy league, I would recommend taking him because he might be a steal because they're doubling Adam Thielen. What happens when you double Thielen? Whoever across from him going to get the ball a little more. He led the team in targets the last 2 weeks. In week 2, he led the team in targets, but he only had like 4 catches for like maybe 50, 60 yards. And then he led the team in targets week 3 and a loss, but he's still getting his numbers. So Justin Jefferson, if you can find him, that'd be good.
That's a good alert.
Yeah. Next we got
solid.
The Seahawks and the Dolphins. We got an MVP candidate in Russell Wilson.
We do have an MVP
and
candidate.
we have one of the greatest beards in America, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. Beards don't win football games.
Yes, but it's in Miami. Sometimes that Miami luster, when you get there, when you coming from Seattle with all that smog they just had, and you go down to Miami and it's 45 in Seattle and raining, because I've been to Seattle, it seemed like it rained every day I was there. And you go down to Miami, it might rain every day in Miami, but it's 85. You think they'll have a law? Do you think that sometimes the weather messes with you when you go to Miami? You see the women.
Seattle.
You think they stay that motivated in Seattle?
I'm betting on Russ, man. I'm telling you. I just had a hunch this is Russ's year, man. I'm telling you.
Russ always has.
Russ is balling the fuck out, man.
I agree. I was just playing devil's advocate. Okay. I was giving you a reason to maybe not.
Yeah, that was Seattle. That was pretty solid. Like you had me listening for a minute, and then I'm like, wait a minute, they're playing Seattle. Seattle's playing Miami.
Yeah, I believe
it doesn't matter where they play. There's no fans. There's no bars. There's no beaches.
This is Miami.
NFL players are probably on quarantine.
I don't know what they have in Florida because Florida.
Yeah, but they're probably not letting these. They're probably not letting these athletes go party and shit.
No, but if you give anybody free time and they want to sneak out, it can be done.
I'm betting on Russ.
Yeah, me too. I'm betting on Russ. I'm going with Seattle, but Miami's always great year round. Next up, we got the Browns and the Cowboys.
Hey, by the way, Winston just Googled it. Kirk Cousins has a lifetime record of 45, 47, and 2. He has a lifetime losing record.
I wish I could be a loser and probably make over $200 million in NFL contracts.
That tells you how valuable having a starting quarterback is.
Hey, NFL, if you listen, I can punt the ball 34
yards. Hey, by the way, Mitch Trubisky has a starting record of 26 and 19.
Oh, how misleading the facts
Holy
are.
Shit. Wait till the guys at work find out that Mr. Trubisky got a winning record.
You know what? Time out. I get 1.5. This is the timeout. I got to stop you here. He's 26 and 19, but at least 12 of those victories have been deep completely by the defense. I remember one time.
At least half, 13 of them.
Yes. And so I would say 12.
I've seen him win with like 118 yards passing once.
Yes, 118 yards passing, 42 yards rushing.
And you want to know the moral of the story?
Eddie Jackson had a pick 6.
Hey, I'm going to tell you the moral of that story. All right? Rex Grossman started a Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. I remember that Super Bowl. One of the best Super Bowl
I'm just saying, if your defense is good.
What we did the next day. Remember that year we watched the Colts annihilate the Chicago Bears, and then 4 hours later we were on an airplane going to California? That was pretty epic. You know, Rex Grossman.
He started.
Because Bears is about blue collar. That's why I thought they would love Cam Newton. You got a guy who's blue collar, who's making
shows up to work.
Yes, who's making
one of the snappiest dressers. Like I don't even understand his outfits. I just wish I was that confident to wear shit like that, man.
Yeah, some of it is little helter skelter.
I'm just saying, he confident.
Let's go to the next game.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing talking about fashion?
Hey.
I'm just saying, everybody knows I'm a cargo shorts and T-shirt guy.
Well, I'm pretty dapper.
I got some cool T-shirts, so you are.
I can be very dapper. I throw on my little suit coat. I act like I'm a smoke the stogie, but it's just for look. I look nice. I'll trim up. I look like I'm cleaner
Just
than the
saying,
board
me
of
and you
health.
maybe shouldn't be critiquing Cam Newton.
No, he has a stylist. That costs a lot of money. I can't afford that.
Yeah.
I can't afford that. He has
We
somebody
got-
picks out his clothes.
We got Winston here,
Listen, he's not a stylist.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm more stylish than him. Moving forward,
All
Browns
right.
versus the Cowboys. Who you got?
Cowboys.
Oh, man.
The Browns are not going to beat the Cowboys on the road in Dallas.
Now,
Baker Mayfield has some of the best weapons in the NFL on his side, on offense.
This is my
They have all pro players on defense. And they're still not going to beat the Cowboys on the road. And I hate the Cowboys.
This is my take on that.
I got to say that every week, just so you know.
My take on that is this. I'm calling upset alert.
Oh, shit.
I'm picking the Cleveland Browns. You know why? They found the formula.
Listen. Remember how you
run the
said?
ball.
Remember
Hunt.
how my dude Cutty Coastal said that if you lose money, blame Dan. Just remember, I'm not the one encouraging you to take the Cleveland Browns. Remember that. I'm not saying the Cleveland Browns aren't going to win. I'm just saying I'm not going to encourage anybody to bet money ever on the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, I didn't say you should bet on this game unless you absolutely have to. But if the shoe fit where.
Bet on the Jets and Broncos, man.
This is why I think they're going to win.
Okay.
Do you realize the Dallas Cowboys offense look real good, but guess what? You know when their offense look real good? When they was both down 20 points each game
Yeah.
and had to fight back. It's easy to pull up numbers when teams start playing prevent defense. But they defense is like wet tissue paper, easy to go through. They give up a lot of points. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, they're going to run the ball. I can predict the Cleveland Browns may get 200 yards rushing.
Okay.
Now, play action. OBJ.
They also don't have a very good offensive line.
And the Dallas Cowboys have one of the most overpaid defensive lines.
Okay.
Their star on the defensive line has 1 sack in like the last 12 games. But he's getting $27 million a year. Hey, I ain't mad at you. Hey. But what I'm trying to tell you is production.
I wonder if he has a winning record as a starter.
Production. He don't have it. I believe that the Cleveland Browns have galvanized themselves. They found out their identity. Our identity is we got a two-headed monster. They're going to get a combined 45 touches. 4-5. I said it, 4-5. They're going to get 45 touches, 200 yards rushing. They're going to grind this clock out. They're going to do what the Cowboys used to do. Then they're going to play action. OBJ, Dallas Cowboys got a weak secondary. They're going to kill it.
Hey.
I'm calling it. Cleveland Browns.
Wait a minute. I just want to make one point before we move on. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are almost equal to Ezekiel Elliott from the Ohio State University. All right, next game.
You're right. But I believe Cleveland defensive line is better than the Dallas Cowboys offensive line.
They are better, yes.
Exactly.
They are better.
I'm not saying this won't be a shootout, but I'm saying what won't make it a shootout is I think the Cleveland Browns are going to attempt to control the clock. And I don't know what Amari Cooper's doing. Because if it's up to me, if you give me 2 receivers to hold on that team that I got to look out for, it's CeeDee Lamb and Gallup. Amari Cooper's making $20 million, and I don't know what he done did because, in my opinion, he's like 4th on the depth chart in the passing game.
He gonna figure something out.
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right.
That's what they say. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers.
I'm going to go out on a limb and take the underdog at home, Carolina.
Shame. This will be
the second time in 4 weeks I picked Carolina.
I'm going with Arizona.
They didn't do well for me last time either.
You know why I'm going with Arizona? Because they just lost. Sometimes you lose and it has a way of humbling yourself. Denard Hopkins gonna get his. They gonna. I just think they gonna bully him. I think sometimes a loss makes you.
Carolina's
refocus.
not some. They're not much fun to watch without McCaffrey.
No, they're not. They're not.
It's not much fun to watch when McCaffrey's on my IR in my fantasy football league either.
Did you draft him?
Yeah, number 1 overall.
You got James Robinson. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay. Got Kenyon Drake. I got Jonathan Taylor. I'm okay.
Yeah, you're doing good. Next up, we got the Bears.
The 3-0
Chicago Bears, with a quarterback controversy at 3-0, versus the Indianapolis Colts. This is a tough one.
The Colts are favored in Chicago.
Ain't gonna be no fans there. It really doesn't matter.
It's still disrespectful.
No, they just had 2 defensive touchdowns, which is more than Mitch Trubisky put up in the first half of that game. The first 3 quarters, baby.
I'm taking the Chicago Bears.
He was ceremoniously replaced.
Nick Foles, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 298 yards passing.
Why 298?
Allen Robinson, big game. Anthony Miller, a touchdown. And we still only run for 46 yards.
Didn't we lose Tariq Cohen?
Yes.
I wonder who do we pick up? I don't know. It don't matter. We got
and our
David
quarterback
Montgomery.
will not lead the team in rushing.
If Mick Foles leads the team in rushing, we really in trouble.
Yeah, man.
But with all that being said, I believe we will win. Why? I don't believe, as much as I love the Colts and I actually have them as one of my fantasy defenses, I don't believe they will do as well with the turnover. Because they had 2 pick sixes and a safety. That is 16 points alone. If your defense and special team scores your 16 points, you should win every game. And that's what they did last week. They won 36-7. And that's how they won. They won with turnovers. They had 3 picks, safety, and 2 defensive touchdowns. But I don't think they could do that against St. Nick. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I got the Bears winning this one. Upsetting everything. Put all your money
Bears.
down. All your money down on the Bears.
4-0 Bears. Let's go.
Said it.
All right.
Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Washington football team. I don't know.
They don't have a logo.
I don't know. It's hard to get
They don't have a
behind
name.
Anybody with a
They don't have a defense.
logo.
They don't have an offense.
They had a defense.
I'm not sure they don't have a coach.
You got Riverboat
They don't have an
Ron.
identity.
I think Riverboat Ron is.
They're floating out there.
secretly
They don't even know who they
online
are anymore.
gambling. I believe Riverboat Ron is secretly online gambling away his salary. But that's another thing for another day.
One of the legendary coaches from the 85 Bears.
Oh, yeah. But with that being said, hey, Dwayne Haskins needs somebody who actually truly believes that it will get the most out of him. I mean, he doesn't need a defensive-minded coach because you saw what happened. You saw what happened with Cam Newton with Riverboat Ron. He never really progressed.
Yeah.
So to stick Dwayne with him was the worst thing ever you could possibly do. Most coaches with a winning formula have a great OC if they're a defensive coach. Riverboat Ron does not. He does not. If you're going to stick a young quarterback with a guy, you need to make sure he's either offensive guru or you're bringing in the offensive guru with him. I can give you several different people who have failed by doing this. I'll give you one just because I can. Look at the situation. I'm trying to think. Look at the situation where it's went all bad as far as Adam Gase with Sam Darnold. Not an offensive mind. There's been more, but just look at that. And then look at the situation of a Kyle Shanahan or Scott McVay, who they've got the most out of their quarterbacks. Because Jimmy G, in my opinion, really ain't all that good.
Nah. Not really.
But they got to a
paid.
Super Bowl with great defense.
You got paid.
And this one, I'm picking anybody but the Redskins. They could be playing. They could be playing a lot of different teams. I'm taking the Ravens. They lost on Monday night.
I'm gonna take Baltimore twice in this game.
And embarrassed. And Matthew Ioannidis, they star defensive tackle, IR. He's gone. You got Chase Young, but Chase can only do so much.
It's hard to
You got Ryan Kerrigan.
it's hard to get to the
Sweat.
quarterback
Only do
against
so
three
much.
blockers.
Yeah, it really is. And the tight end chipping on you.
Yeah.
Chip, 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 chip,
All
chip,
right.
chip. But Dwayne Haskins, you have to.
You start throwing the ball.
It's not that he's throwing the ball 30-something times. The issue is, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's them. So when you don't know if it's him or them, it's both of y'all. I don't know who to pick.
They're
but
professionals.
At the same time, you can't. You look at the decline of a quarterback. You look at the decline of Matt Ryan. When he had Kyle Shanahan, he went to the Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan leaves to go to San Fran. I don't think Matt Ryan's been a 500 quarterback since. Because you need an offensive coordinator with great talent.
The Falcons are the most frustrating team in the NFL to me, man.
If they wanted to, Washington really wanted to do something, you know what they should have hired? They should have hired Eric Bieniemy. Because he's a sleeper. You should have hired him. He's the offensive coordinator at Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Running back, I want to say he went to Colorado. Colorado even passed him up on his job. You need somebody who has different concepts. He's under that Andy Reid tree, which I trust that Mike Holmgren tree. They're really good coaches. You got John Harbaugh.
John Fox is probably out there still available.
There's good coaches.
And John Fox, he's probably still unemployed.
But it's not a John Fox unemployed. You need an offensive-minded head coach. If not, you need a great OC. They have neither. So guess what? He's going to struggle. And it's probably going to do more harm than good because Riverboat Ron more than likely is going to get 2 years. In 2 years, Dwayne Haskins will be in his 4th year, and he will probably be considered, if he doesn't somehow manage to do everything on his own, will probably be considered a damn failure. Because you only got so many years. Ask Mr. Trubisky. Hello. You only got so long.
John Fox is retired.
Well, he should have retired. He's old. He's ancient. Should get some new young blood in there.
Yeah, fresh. Get somebody good.
Eric Bieniemy. He should have been hired. He's still the OC at Kansas City. They pretty much they pretty much overlooked him for a lot of jobs. And Kansas City offense looked really good. I know Andy Reid does some play calling, but he also does Eric Bieniemy does a lot of scheming.
Andy
with
Reid
Andy
wears
Reid.
a space shield.
Yeah, I want to give me one of those.
Me too.
When I go to Walmart, I'm gonna put the Bears on the top of it as I walk around. You know me, I'm gonna be foolish since I love football. I'm gonna get an orange Chicago Bears that's visor, where it kind of goes, where I'll look like a combination of Darth Vader and a grizzly bear. It's gonna be epic. I got it all covered. Next up, we have the New York Football Giants versus the LA Rams. I'll go with this one first because I get a good laugh. I got to sing a song. I don't even know who sings it, but I heard it on wrestling, so this is funny.
Oh, shit.
The New York Giants, you have no chance in hell. I'm going with the Rams. New York Giants, you lost Saquon Barkley. You're inept. Danny Dimes is good, but he's turnover prone.
Taking the Rams by 10. I'm taking the Rams in double digits.
And the Rams are going to be mad because they really lost the heartbreaker to Buffalo. They were getting worked. I mean, they were losing like 28-10 first half, maybe 28-3. And then they stormed back, took the lead 32-28, and then lose a heartbreaker 35-32. Josh Allen, my quarterback, led them to with less than 5 minutes to go, a clutch touchdown to put them in the lead. Because I want to say they were up 3 or 4. With that being said, I'm picking the Rams. I believe Aaron Donald is going to sack Danny Dimes so many times it's going to be Danny 2 nickels. Or maybe Danny 1 nickel, 5 pennies.
Break him in half?
Or maybe it'll be Danny 1 nickel, 2 pennies, and a 3-penny IOU. Because you never know.
Might wind up a penny short.
Yeah, he might be a day late and a dollar short. Because they're going to come out angry.
Yeah.
Next, we got the game. I've been having this one circled. Ever since Cam signed with the Patriots, I've been having this one circled. The New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. It's at Arrowhead. You probably going to have all the 10,000 fans there in their 65,000 stadium. Yeah. These are the same people that boo for Black Lives Matter. So
yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, so they'll be rowdy.
Kansas City's a tough town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it ain't worse than Philly throwing snowballs at Santa Claus. But moving forward, this is who
Their football team is better than Philly, though.
Yeah, this is who I have. I believe Kansas City right now showing me that they're even better this year than the year they won the Super Bowl. Because they got healthier, and they got a bell cow running back. Because last year they didn't have it. Because remember they had Kareem Hunt and everything happened with that video, and he got cut and he gets suspended.
Oh yeah, I remember. He was on my fantasy team.
Yeah, they didn't really have a bell cow run. They had Damon Williams. That's not like they didn't have a good running back. But this dude has potential to be great, and he's young and he's fresh. And he fits the scheme more. He fits the scheme into Kareem Hunt because he can get you 80 yards rushing, and then he can get you 5 receptions for 60 yards. And he's fast. And that's like playing, that's like playing football on grass with them playing basketball on grass because they're fast. They run, they got speed, they run. Pat Mahomes throw the ball from all arm angles. He ain't got to be looking at you. Still throw the ball 50 yards on a rope. Do it all. I have them winning because, in my opinion, their toughest game was the Chargers. But I believe divisional games, for the most part, are going to be the toughest games because you see those opponents twice, and it's like they have a foul on you. They know everything you do. I mean, they look at you pretty much all off season. They know to get to the playoffs, they got to win the division first.
Hey, Cutty, did you know that the Chicago Bears drafted Mitch Trubisky ahead of Pat Mahomes?
Yeah. Every day I think about that, I cry.
Every single day of my life, I think about that, too. Every single day.
Even Deshaun Watson, I cry.
And Deshaun Watson,
Because if you look at the numbers to Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
Until the last 2 weeks, they were pretty even.
One could surmise that if you put Deshaun Watson in Pat Mahomes' situation, he would be doing just as good, if not better. I've had people say that. I've talked to football aficionados.
Mahomes is a different level quarterback. He has different skills.
You could say
that most athletes don't have.
You could say that, but think about it. His offensive line and his weaponry and his defense compared to the Texans. Texans right now look like a dumpster fire. They're 0-3. They traded away their best receiver, and they feeling it. All you got is him and Laramie Tunsil, which you gave away 2 first-round picks for. So you kind of limited yourself on what you can do. You gave away Jadeveon Clowney. You didn't really get much for him. So it's Laramie Tunsil, J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson, and a whole bunch of other people.
J.J. Watts has got like 16 steel pieces of rebar in the spine. And
he probably does, and he still produces. He still makes plays. But the point is, you got to think, man. Tyreek Hill is on another level. Picture if you gave him Deshaun Watson. Picture if you gave Deshaun Watson a Tyreek Hill with a Sammy Watkins on outside and a tight end like Travis Kelce. And a good running back.
Deshaun Watson would definitely be a better quarterback. But Deshaun Watson also played with Denard Hopkins, who might be the best wide receiver in the NFL. He
did. But guess what? That's all he had.
Yeah, but that's the best wide receiver in the NFL, maybe.
But see, that's the difference. I'm going to tell you, you can say Matt Ryan should be better than if he just had Julio. But
maybe that's why Matt Ryan's good.
It is the reason why he's good.
I mean,
you didn't get the memo?
If I got to play quarterback and I got to pick all the wide receivers in the NFL, I mean, it's Hopkins or Julio Jones.
Or Michael Thomas.
Yeah, or Michael Thomas would be,
Yeah, those guys.
Those are the top 3, yeah.
Those guys extend careers. They make you look good because you have so much faith in them. A throw you normally wouldn't throw, you know they're going to go get it for you.
Yeah.
You know they're going to go do it. Michael Thomas catch like off targets as far as his catch rate was like only Randy Moss was like that good. Like his target radius is ridiculous and he catches everything. Denard Hopkins the same way. These guys make the most ridiculous. Julio. I mean, I've seen Julio on foot like he break his foot.
Have you ever seen like how big his hands are? And Thomas, have you seen how big Michael Thomas's hands are?
Yeah, these guys
are
giants. Exactly. And they catch everything. They're great route runners. They run everything on the route tree. All you got to do is find them. Yeah. But that's my point. You see, the 3 receivers that I just named are great, but a lot of them don't have a lot the help that Pat Mahomes has with him. Because I just named 3 great receivers. Tyreek Hill is that guy to take you over the top. But as far as who's going to kill you, the biggest matchups, because me and you play fantasy, is that tight end position.
Travis Kelce. Been solid all year.
Top 3
solid
tight end.
all year.
He's probably still number 1. But, I mean, I think Waller's catching him out of Las Vegas. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
And he's younger. He's really good. I believe Waller, and then I always have a special place for Zach Ertz because he did amazing things for me. I believe he's really good as well.
Yeah, I feel like Chicago has better tight ends than we play them. Like Burton,
He's gone.
Graham. I'm just saying we had Burton, we've got Graham. We don't really use our tight ends like we should.
Look at your quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. Now we got Nick Foles, man. Look out for Jimmy Graham. Got a touchdown.
Yeah, I thought he got 2.
Yeah, there you go. See, there's your fantasy. There's your fantasy alert of the week. Pick up Jimmy Graham
If you can.
if you can. You probably can't.
Did we pick the Patriots versus the Chiefs?
That's what we were just talking about. I'm taking the Chiefs. You were talking about Cam Newton. I'm not sure if you picked one yet,
No,
but
I
you
didn't.
seem to be speaking pretty highly of Cam Newton
I am.
in divisional games, and I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, I was talking about the actual
So
division.
you're taking Cam in the funny hat.
No, as much as I love Cam Newton has, I believe it's going to be hard for him to win because it's just Cam Newton. It's part of the reason why Tom Brady left. It was just Tom Brady at the end. You got to think the Bears draft terrible, the Patriots draft terrible. Then the Patriots go get veterans.
They get pieces.
See.
Yep.
Yeah, the Bears really don't. So that's the difference.
The Bears just do stuff like trade up for the second. Yeah, never mind.
That hurts.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Me too. I'm taking the Chiefs. Next up, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Las Vegas
Might be the game of the
Raiders.
week. This might be the best game of the week.
Are you sure?
It might be.
I feel like some luster went off because didn't the Patriots just spanking that ass?
I'm just saying.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
The Buffalo Bills, an upstart team like the Buffalo Bills,
Mm-hmm.
and an improving team like the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas.
I'm going gambling.
I'm not telling you the Raiders are going to win. I'm just telling you this might be one of the best games of the week.
I believe so.
It's going to be exciting. Josh Allen is an exciting quarterback to watch play.
Yes, he's made my fantasy team a whole lot of moolah. Or I ain't got to use pennies and dimes at my favorite adult entertainment facilities. I can pull out the singles. Everybody's winning.
You riding the Allen train then?
I'm riding the Allen train. Skirt!
Oh,
as much
shit.
as I love him,
Oh, shit.
it's going to be tough, man. You got to think. They riding high.
3-0.
Sometimes you can get full of yourself after getting the victory on a last.
But they're having fun.
Yeah, they are having fun. But the Raiders just lost. And I believe losing sucks. I believe it's going to be a tough week of practice, knowing John Gruden, tougher than normal. And I believe they back home on the comforts of their own home. I'm calling a shocker. Carr's going to outplay Allen. I said it. I live with it.
I ain't saying Carr's out playing nobody, but I'm taking the Raiders.
That hurt my heart to even admit that on delete that. That's all right. I'll stick to it. I love it. Next up, we got the 49ers. So fine. San Francisco. And the Philadelphia Eagles. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year
And the Eagles didn't lose last week.
the Eagles would be 0-2-1, pretty much 0-3.
They didn't lose. They're 0-2-1. They didn't lose.
You know what's interesting about the
They didn't win.
division? The team we picked to lose, the Washington Redskins actually lead that division.
The Washington football team.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I called. Sorry, people. As far as Redskins, I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah,
They still lead the division. Why? Because they beat the Eagles week 1, so they have a division victory. The Cowboys just have a victory. The Washington football team has a division victory. So they're 1-2 and still leading the division. So Cowboys are still in second place.
Okay.
But with that being said, the Eagles, man, what has happened?
It fell apart.
Old age, bad decisions.
The offensive line has not been good.
Well, the one Lane Johnson I thought had some steroid issues, if not injury issues. I won't say he got caught with steroids. He got popped. So I want to say a whole year suspension. Please, Lane Johnson, and Trey, their starting left tackle. He's older. He's like he flirts with retirement every year, and they beg him to come back. But yeah, I believe Lane Johnson is.
Where's the next Vince Papale?
I don't know. I don't believe he's on that roster. And defensively, they had a poor secondary with Michael Jenkins. He left and they got even worse because now they're being completely victimized. The team is full of
Not good. They're just not good.
Injured, overpaid players.
I'm taking the 49ers. And Jimmy G.
Is he back?
I don't remember.
You don't know if he's back?
I don't. Nick Mullins balls out, though.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I'm taking the 49ers, even if they were starting Trubisky.
Nick Bosa's hurt.
He is. Defense
Several
is still
other
pretty
people
good.
hurt. I don't know if George Kittle will be back. Eagles get their first one of the year. Live with it.
All right. Cutty Coastal going deep.
Oh, yeah, I did it. Next up, we got the Monday night game. Dun, 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 dun. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. Boo! Boo!
Yes, boo. Speaking about losers going to lose, I'm going to go out. This is my shocker of the week. My shocker of the week. Green Bay is a 9-7, 10-6 football team. Atlanta is mad, and they're embarrassed. And they got something to prove. And I think they're going to catch them sleeping, and I'm taking Atlanta on Monday Night Football.
Wow.
You know why? Because fuck the Packers.
Ladies and gents, that was I'm thinking with my heart and not my
With
head.
my heart, that's all heart, all heart. I gotta pick an upset somewhere.
I picked an upset. That would be a catastrophe. If you did that, Vegas might close down. They might lose all their money. And what I'm here to tell you is,
I'm putting a bet in.
like I said, you ain't got no chance in hell of Green Bay losing this game. You know what the Falcons' main problem is? They ain't got no secondary. You know who the Green Bay Packers got?
Maybe
The top three quarterbacks.
Arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. Arguably the best.
Yeah.
You can make an argument.
So guess what's going to happen? He going to light them
He's
up.
going to get intercepted twice.
Nope. Light them up. 400. 400. 1, 2, 3. 4. 400. He's going to light them up. 400 yards.
The problem
they
is
ain't got no defense.
Matt Ryan might also throw for 400.
He might. I don't know. Jair Alexander is a great corner. I know Kenny Clark is hurt, and he's big on a pass rush. But I just believe that fat meat is greasy. That being said, fat meat is greasy.
I'm telling you, at the end of week 4 in the NFL, the Chicago Bears are going to be 4-0 and at the top of our division.
I'm here to tell you that last week, after the Falcons lost, they already booked after the season's over with trips. Because they already packed it in. That's what happened when you lose 2 heartbreakers. I don't believe they have the testicular fortitude.
You think they got the fight knocked out of them, huh?
Yeah,
that is heartbreaking.
Yeah, to lose like
embarrassing.
that.
It's embarrassing.
Twice in a row.
It's embarrassing.
But twice in a row.
They
Calvin
lost.
Bentley has been balling. Julio's been.
They lost to Nick Foles, man.
That's St. Nick. He lost like that to Dak
just
Prescott.
saying. He's like, I think the Bears should start Mitch Trubisky in the first half and Nick Foles in the second half.
I think the Bears should have never drafted Mitch Trubisky. How about that one?
Yeah, but we can't get past it. I think about it every day.
Yes, you can. Rewind.
Hey, all right, man. There's our picks. Week 4.
Eddie, you got any fantasy sleepers before we get out of here?
Jimmy Graham, if he's out there.
Justin Jefferson.
Running back from Jacksonville's done real good.
Yep, James Robinson.
He's got me 27.4 points on my bench.
Oh, yeah. That hurts when you get
I still won by 1.18 points.
Woohoo!
Undefeated 3-0 at the top of our league.
I'm 2-1. I lost by 1 point.
I'm hurting.
Last second.
My top 2 picks are on the IR. No, my number 1 pick's on the IR, Christian McCaffrey. My second pick is probably not playing this week. Probably not next week. Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hurting. I'm banged up. Paris Campbell's on the IR. Sutton's on the IR. Who else I got banged up? Everybody's banged up, man.
You know what?
John Brown's banged up. Questionable.
I felt
Didn't
sorry
practice.
for you till you said 3-0. Then I realized I'm 2-1. So
Yeah, but it's.
go figure.
I'll tell you what. Somehow
figure.
I got a pretty good starting lineup. Somehow.
Yeah, you
somehow
somehow
I'm only predicted to lose by. I got like a 44% chance to win.
Oh, that's winning. That's
You know,
winning.
like with all those injuries, I'm gonna get. If I can compete,
So have you cut any of those players?
I dropped Tariq Cohen today because I had to make room to pick up. I picked up the dude from your sleeper.
Justin Jefferson,
I picked him up.
the wide receiver out of Minnesota.
Yep,
He's
picked him
gonna
up.
he's gonna get you something.
I ain't starting him yet. We'll see. I got to look at it, but
The last 2 weeks, he's ready to. You got to think they're doubling Thielen. Kyle Rudolph is a shell of his former self, and who does that leave? Jefferson.
got to
I'd
throw the ball
start him.
somewhere.
Yep.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks, Cutty.
No problem.
Yep.
All I gotta say is y'all be safe. Have a good one. If you place bets and you lose, it was your money. We didn't force you to do nothing. Good night.
All right.